Apologize on Zoom that you can't see my camera because I'm sharing it through open broadcast so that it can be on the live stream. And for some reason, Zoom doesn't like splitting that out. Of course it wouldn't. But we'll go ahead and get started. I appreciate everyone for joining. We've got a short little presentation, and afterwards we just keep it open for conversation either in Zoom or on our Slack channel. But either way, I'll be around for a bit, which is good. Before we jump in, I want to remind everyone that we have the WPATX e-commerce meetup this coming Monday. The details are in meetup.com on our page. So I highly encourage everyone to attend. Great stuff is happening over there. So we are here to learn about the media library. The media library has been an integral part of WordPress for quite some time, and it overall really simplifies, well, being able to manage media. I don't have any slides, and that's okay because some live demo and walkthrough is probably going to be best. So, a little bit of history and some context as to why the media library is so valuable. Before it came about, and before WordPress, or you were just building your own site all by your lonesome self, in order to get images and video and audio, any kind of just file up onto the internet, the traditional route would be to move that file to your server, and then through a web server like Apache or Nginx, point it directly to that file link. So for example, in WordPress, that image would be something along the lines of mysite.com/wp content /upload/2020/06/whatever file name.jpg, and without anything to help you manage it, you would have to remember all of those links, all of those URLs yourself, which is fine and dandy for a few images, but seeing as how WordPress is a content managed solution software, it doesn't make sense to not have to keep all that in mind, right? You want to be able to add lots and lots of images, lots and lots of context and media to your site, and starting to manage that can get really overwhelming. So that's where the beautiful, wonderful, lovely media library comes into play. You kind of see my browser, we got the full lineup of our WordPress directory, and everything the media library uploads comes right into WP content /uploads by year, month, and image or file name. So instead of doing all that manually, we have the media library. And as this is a completely fresh install, I don't have any media. So let's come add something. And this is a little tutorial, a little walkthrough on how to go about doing this. So add new, self-explanatory. This drag and drop or just select upload is a very nice feature. And let's see. Oh, that's a funny one. So we're gonna go ahead and upload Viola, Life Simplified. No need to bother with FTP or SSH or anything of the sort. You just click, insert, and you got an image. But if it's just an upload, then when you're building out your site, wouldn't you have to keep track of your images manually, those URLs? Not with the media library. What's fantastic about it is it actually creates a entry in the database, a post, technically, that links back to your URL, right? So got it right here, nice and pretty for you. But now that it's in the media library and managed by the media library, when we come use it, we insert an image, we can grab it directly, just like that. So we don't have to remember the full URL. We don't have to manually manage any of it. WordPress takes care of all of it for us. Pretty slick, pretty sweet, still kind of basic. So while it's self-managed, just like a content managed solution should do, what other features does it provide for us? Well, in the media library, it actually saves many sizes of your image so that you can come and quickly change it to fit your need. And this isn't some CSS trick, but there are actual images saved at various sizes. And the value of that is you don't have to load a giant image on the web page and then use CSS or HTML to shrink it down, which is actually still loading the entire size of the image. But instead, it saves it as individual files in those specific sizes so that you get the exact file size that you need while saving the bandwidth instead of having to go big and make it look small. And you can see that right here. So we have our images, and you'll notice they're saved in 3 different physical sizes. 3 separate files, which is wonderful. Now the media library isn't just, go ahead and publish this, isn't just for images. There are several types of media that it supports. I wonder if I have audio. Supports PDFs, supports videos, audio files. There's actually less file types that it doesn't support than what it does, which I think is quite amazing. And just like that, we have a PDF. For some reason, it's an image saved as a PDF. But by being able to have all of your media in one spot, regardless of what type it is, it makes it easier to incorporate and add when you're creating your content, which is the sole point of the media library. Let's see, what else does this do? One fun thing, like I was saying, it saves additional sizes. You can actually come in, wrong spot, and set some sizes and do some minor adjustments right here inside of WordPress. So we come in, we can change this one to 500 if that's the exact size that I needed. I'm gonna go 300. It's easier to scale down than just blow it up, right? Shrink it a little bit, let's go even smaller. So you can start setting specific sizes that you need and just minor cropping. Yeah, that looks much better. Da, da, da. Wonderful. Flip it on its side, and there we go. We have a new image. And with all of those adjustments, it keeps saving new copies. So that's a little bit different. That one's smaller, that one's cropped, and this one should be rotated. But again, we don't have to worry about remembering what each of these file names are, thanks to the media library. Beautiful. Next fun fact, and probably one of the most underrated value points of the media library, is the ability to come and add captions, descriptions, and most importantly, alternative text. Being able to manage this straight from the media library, frankly, means there's no excuse for not making your media on your site accessible. The alley cats are extremely grateful for this when it's used and used properly, and it makes it just so easy to add. So let's see what we got. Add image. Funny joke about sleep. (100 by 100). Wonder why it's not saving. And there we are. There's a lot to be said about the media library and a lot of simplification about the media library. I think, kind of as a closing point, that the value that I find the most out of it is in its simplicity. You can do a lot with it, you can do very little with it, but I've never found it to be complicated. It's user-friendly, highly valuable, and its addition in the WordPress core was probably one of the largest game changers for the software and the community. So for the developers who created it, for all of the community members who have maintained it, kudos and salute you. And I hope that this quick walkthrough and tutorial has given you a little bit of insight into its possibilities. That's it for the presentation aspect, but I'm going to stay online and try and answer as many questions as I can related to the media library or to just anything else that anyone has that they want to talk about. So thank you very much, and feel free to unmute and ask away.